Пройдя гробницу Люциана перед последней комнатой, то есть когда вы в нее войдете, тут появятся все ваши спутники, ну, соответственно, кого вы на свою сторону смогли привлечь, то есть выполнили их задание, и как бы они вас поддержат здесь, будут за вас молиться. Собственно, соответственно, и Сир Лора, если вы его с собой таскали всю игру, а не отсиживался он у вас на корабле. Если на корабле отсиживался, то его и здесь не будет. Он все будет также сидеть на корабле. Как бы тут небольшой диалог, в принципе, ни на что особо не влияет. Как бы основные развилки будут у вас в разговоре с Люцианом. То есть все ваши решения, принятые на протяжении всей игры, будут немножко влиять на концовку, но, скажем так, на мелочи. А основная концовка решается именно первый раз в разговоре с Люцианом. То есть будете вы драться только с браком, либо будете драться со всеми. Ну и второй раз после того, как победите брака, там у вас еще раз предстоит выбор. Поэтому, можно сказать, есть, ну, скажем так, три основные концовки. Плюс есть концовка личная Фейна, то есть Фейн в разговоре с маленьким исчадием, которое появится перед входом в последнюю комнату гробницы, как бы бывшая помощница Фейна. Ну, оно, в принципе, вся игра построена вокруг истории Фейна. То есть у Фейна будет личная концовка, которая только ему доступна, если отказаться от божественности. Ну, то есть возрождение вечных будет. Ну и также отдельная концовка, если в Арксе согласились с предложением доктора. То есть решили разделить с демоном божественность. Ну, это как бы кому интересно, сами посмотрите, чем отличается. А по большому счету, как я уже сказал, различие будет только в том, будете драться со всеми разом, либо только с браком. Показал и тот вариант боя. Ну, как бы, все примерно одно и то же.
Prince, Godwoken, Dallas told me about you. You must be as hard as diamonds. Your divine welcomes you.
The divine you thought dead lords over the chamber from a granite throne. He moves to speak, but
What a twist.
Lucian frowns at Friedemann, then bestows a benevolent smile upon you. All that you know of him flashes across the panel.
I underestimated you, Godwoken. You have proven to be a
Respect?
Lucian's gaze rests upon you and goes through you. He takes
Lucian, we should tell him the truth.
Yes, I agree.
Dallas nods, then reaches for the sides of her head. Where there was one face, suddenly there are four. She takes a skull is revealed, bejeweled and ancient as the void.
I am eternal.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
Fear not, Godwoken. Dallas is on the side of all that is good. She is helping me rid...
I shall tell you the tale as I told it to Lucian. Long ago, the scholar Fane discovered that the veil between the world and the void was made of source. Our seven...
Of course.
Silence, slave. Our king forbade the seven to reach for this power, but they didn't listen. Instead, they rebelled and sent the king and his...
With the source they stole from the veil, the seven created the races so they would have worshippers.
During their lives, worshippers collect source. When they die, the gods feed from them.
Our souls are nothing but vats for the source-hungry gods.
The seven made a mistake. By taking its source, they tore a hole in the veil.
The Seven's lust for power let in the void. Our goal is to close. When we are done, there shall be no more source in the world. Rivellon will be finally free from the gods that enslaved them.
He hesitates, then he swallows his pride.
Here is the truth. I have killed thousands, perhaps millions, for the greater good. But I made a mistake. It was my one mistake, meant all those sacrifices were for naught. Those sacrifices must have meaning. They must stop the void once and for all.
I seek vengeance against the king and against...
There is more, but she hesitates to share it. Then she decides that she must.
I was a child when the God King tore my family apart. I was purged of source and left to rot in a... It was hell. A hell I suffered for the sins of my father. He was the one that betrayed the God King. The cruel joke of it all is that the same tomb that housed my tortured body is what sheltered me from the void. Few Eternals escaped that fate. Thane. Yes. Thane is my...
What? No, everything Dallas did. It was all you.
Everything I did to fix our people. Every purged sorcerer, every dead magister. But now I have revenge. Revenge on the Seven and the God King. Revenge for what they took.
The hammer's voice falters and her coolness vanishes. Every crack and rasp betrays...
Did you even look for me?
Dallas, control yourself. Our purpose transcends your...
Yes. You.
Dallas's reasons weren't mine to question. All that ever mattered to me was peace. Peace for Rivellon. Peace for me, whatever the means. And now...
She sacrificed herself for the betterment. She didn't do it willingly, mind you. Curiosity led her to the tomb. My hunger for source took care of the rest. And then I took her place. Face rippers are such marvels, aren't they? It didn't take long to realize that Lucian was the key to my vengeance. And I was the key to the salvation of Rivellon.
While Dallas sought the Aetheran, I started draining the gods.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
One more word from you, and I shall use the leash.
I had to hide from the gods. So I had the walls of this crypt equipped with tenebrium and protections put in place. As divine, I was created, empowered to stop the void. I was the avatar of the Seven, their strength and their weakness. My bond to them allowed me to drain them of their source.
Yes, in a sense. When the death fog was unleashed, many elves died. With fewer elves to worship him, Tias and Dilius. To strengthen himself, he sent his Voidwoken. The remnants of my people.
The Voidwoken. Disgusting things. They ravaged the land they touched and infected the... You see, blaming the sorcerers for Voidwoken made them easy.
The Aetheran now contains almost all of the source the Seven stole. Soon, we will be able to heal the...
The void shall be banished, and I, Lucian the Divine, shall a false divine, of course. I shall have no power. But the world will not know this.
The plan is almost complete.
We have made so many sacrifices, Godwoken. All of us. Of ourselves and those we love. One last sacrifice is required.
Decide. Be the true hero and give up your source, or be forced to submit.
There is no other way. The source of the world is required to close the veil. We only lack yours.
As I say, one last sacrifice is required. Yours.
Alexander was Godwoken. Once, years ago, I should have killed Damien, but instead took him as my son. Quite.
The task fell to me.
And me.
We already had more than enough Godwoke.
Another sacrifice I was forced to make. Those beautiful people.
Good. You understand.
The world shall not know this. I shall return from the grave.
Then let us proceed. Show some responsibility, Father! Surrender your...
Sealing the veil will lock our people away forever. They will never be free, though, if they return.
What Fane turns to you. In all the time that you've traveled together, you've never seen him like this. He's...
And you, my fellow adventurers. Together we have seen more than generations of mortals could ever see. You have seen the horror. You showed me how beautiful it really was. There is no one else I would trust to make this choice.
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make.
Don't let them do this to us!
But our souls? That has to...
No! Never!
I understand. Sacrifice takes courage. But I shall help. Your sacrifice shall be made for you.
I'm sorry. You've come such a long way, but there is too much at stake.
you, Dallas. Good. You shall not seal that I call on the God King. What? Freedom and cackles in the right at this turn of events. His unbridled glee slippers into your... You left the leashing wand next to me, you stupid maggot. So accustomed. Tell him! Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look so surprised. As if I would allow that bone-bag Dallas to enslave me. Me? This is not the time to talk. Kill him now! Too late, you mouldering, blood-stained pigs. Grant me power, my ally. God King, I call on you. The God King hears my call. He sends a companion worthy of my dear father. Come to the Source King.
None.
Lucian struggles to rise, but the weight of his own pain leaves him to gravity's mercy.
My time is done. But your source burns so bright I'm all but blinded by it. Be wise and true, God will.
Dallas groans in pain.
I have failed. The future of all that is...
This is it. I can hardly believe it.
She casts her gaze around the crypt in awe.
After everything we've been through, after everything we've seen, here we are. Here I am, Chief. You need to ascend. There's no one I would trust with this responsibility but you. I know you'll do what and I know you'll do it with style. Hell, I could have told you that. You'll do great. By me and by my whole realm. Now go on, shoo. You've got business to...
Wrong. About power, I mean. I was always kidding myself that I could only help my people if I were... Thing is, I can never be free. So I must choose the Dwarven people's liberty. I know you'll have my back when I return to them, just like I've got yours.
Beast bows in return. There's no...
Well then, this is... I never dreamed that after all this, I would be standing here with... Let alone that I would be proud. I cannot imagine someone I would trust more with divinity. Including myself.
Thane lays a bony hand on your shoulder, squeeze...
Do you know, I believe you will.
After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aetheran lies in front of you. Or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate. What shall you do with divinity?
Hey, Godwoken. Dallas told me about you. You're divine.
The divine you thought dead lords over the chamber from a granite throne.
What a twist.
Lucian frowns at Riedemann, then turns to the silent monk, standing...
Oh, Gareth. He was always so devoted.
Lucian, you lying. You betrayed me. You used me. And for what? To make the world a better...
There were many sacrifices that had to be made. You were but one. Each of them...
Lucian, we should tell him the truth.
Yes, I agree.
Dallas nods, then reaches for a skull is revealed, bejeweled and ancient as the vault.
I am.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
Fear not, Godwoken. Dallas is on the side of all that is good.
I shall tell you the tale as I told it to Lucian. Long ago, the scholar Fane discovered that the veil between the...
Of course.
Silence, slave. Our king forbade the Seven to reach for this power, but they didn't listen.
With the source they stole from the veil, the Seven created the races so they would have worshippers.
Really?
Shut your mouth, Godwoken. I tell you the truth. I seek vengeance against the king.
There is more, but she hesitates to share it.
I was a child when the God King tore my family apart. I was purged of source. It was hell. A hell I suffered for the sins of... The cruel joke of it all is that the same tomb that housed my tortured Thane. Yes. You are my father.
Dallas gives you a steady look, cool and collected. This is your daughter. You are...
Your child rotted away in a tomb. Look at us! We are all... But now I have revenge. Revenge on the Seven and the God King.
The hammer's voice falters and her coolness vanishes. Every crack and rasp...
Did you even look for me?
Dallas, control yourself. Our...
Yes. You.
Dallas's reasons weren't mine to question. All that ever mattered to me was peace. Peace for Rivellon. Peace for me, whatever the means. And now, we are on the precipice.
You wish to. Your actions led to this moment, and all the moments in between. Every purged sorcerer, you have but one path to atonement. And Rivellon has but one path to redemption. You must give up your source. She sacrificed herself. She didn't do it willingly, mind you. And then I took her place. Face rippers are such marvels, aren't they? It didn't take long to realize that Lucian was the... No matter. The plan is almost complete.
We have made so many sacrifices, Godwoken.
Decide. Be the true hero.
There is no other way. The source of the world is required. We only lack yours.
Good. You understand.
The world shall not know this. I shall return from the grave, a divine without power, yet all who desire power shall fear.
As I say, one last sacrifice is required. We already had more than enough god-
Another sacrifice I was forced to make. Those...
More than enough. Far more.
Ifan unsheaths his weapon. He stands by your side with every muscle tensed, like a coiled spring. Fire blazes in his eyes as he looks to you for support.
You know what this means to me.
Ifan gives you a hard look. His fingers twitch on his weapon.
But I trust my friends. And I trust that you merely delay my vengeance.
Show some responsibility, father!
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll...
Don't let them do this to us.
The last time I obeyed Lucian, countless innocents died. Surrender my source.
No, never.
Good.
Yes.
She raises what looks like a leash. A chuckle of...
How? What?
A bright observation from a... You left the leashing...
Kill him.
Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look so surprised. As if I would allow a bone bag. Yes, I am the one true king. Or did you really think I'd play slavishly along with your... It was only about the power...
Kill him now.
Too late, you mouldering, blight-stained pigs. Grant me power, my ally. You dared interrupt Brachus Rex. How novel. Who are you to challenge the Source King? Ah! You were the fetid dirt on my boot.
The God King hears my... He sends a companion to your father. Source King.
glorious rest, the Source King of Legend lies dead once more, perhaps even for good. Dallis, badly...
The future of all that is.
This is it.
She casts her gaze around the crypt.
After everything we've been through, after everything we've seen, here we are. Chief, you need to ascend. There's no one I would trust, and I know you'll do it with style. Hell, I could have told you that. Now go on.
So here we are. Nobody I'd rather see. I trust you. I trust your judgment. I know you will. I know you. You're... Well then.
Listen, this is it. Again. And I've had my then. And then, all I want now is... And long after. I know you did. Now kiss me.
You kiss each other. You think back on your journey here. On all... You think of the Magisters. And the sorcerers that... You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to... You look at the source around you. The power is in... You think of what you could do with such power. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think it's time to choose your fate. Shall you be divine? A cloud of purest black breaks through. The chill of death, then its very visage. The pale skull at the heart of the void. This is the God King himself.
Not one! There is not one who will choose divinity. What fools! They have power within... My people! The world is ours once more. For we are the... We are...